Hello everyone, this is your second stimulus check and stimulus package update for July 1st, 2020. July is here already. I guess that's a good thing because we finally get some movement going on with the second stimulus package and the second stimulus check. We've all been waiting for July. In today's stimulus update video, we'll talk about the latest news we have from Congress and what's going on between Republicans and Democrats and the White House right now. So make sure to subscribe because it's going to be a big month, and let's get to all the details. Treasury Secretary Steven Mnuchin and Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell testified before the House yesterday, June 30th. Mnuchin stated that 79% of businesses are at least partially open and retail sales rose 18% in May, which was double the expectation. He also stated that investors have high cash positions right now. This is interesting here because he is kind of implying that the stock market will surge higher after fully reopening the economy. Mnuchin was asked if he would support extending the Paycheck Protection Program, which ended on June 30th. He stated that he supports additional legislation for directing the leftover $130 billion to businesses most hard hit by the crisis. On the other hand, Jay Powell said that he is mostly concerned with preserving capital in the system, and after doing a stress test on the banks, he reiterated that banks would be able to weather the storm and have enough cash to support the economic recovery. Powell also mentioned that the current focus needs to be on small and medium-sized businesses and that we need to focus on preventing bankruptcies. He went on to say that small businesses generate the most jobs in the United States, yet they are the most at risk, especially if a second wave of the infection comes. Now let's talk about a new proposal on a potential extra $1,200 stimulus check for some people. Democratic Representative Bobby Rush proposed a new bill in the House of Representatives that's known as the Relief Act. This bill would permit college students who receive the federal Pell Grants to be eligible for a one-time $1,200 stimulus checks. We'll see where this Relief Act bill ends up. At the same time as this was introduced, the White House has slammed the Moving Forward Act. The Moving Forward Act was a Democrat 2,200-page infrastructure spending bill that promoted green energy projects and was passed by the House of Representatives recently. The White House called the bill a wasteful Green New Deal that would impede economic growth and impose unnecessary mandates. The White House argued that the Moving Forward Act is skewed towards urban areas like cities and would take on too much debt. The White House did say that they are still proponents for a new infrastructure bill. They just don't like this one, which is, I guess, not very good for Tesla and Nikola. Here is another interesting story. A bellman from the MGM Grand tested positive for the virus and filed a lawsuit along with multiple other co-workers against the casino chain for the lack of precautions. This comes at the same time as in Germany, 2,000 workers are striking from an Amazon fulfillment center for the same issue. This is interesting because we keep hearing about liability protection being a big deal as part of the next round of stimulus, and it looks like it's going to as more lawsuits get filed. Just the other day, Mitch McConnell said, "One thing I can tell you will certainly be in the next bill and is not negotiable is liability protection for hospitals and businesses." The final piece of news that I have today is that the Federal Reserve is looking into digital dollars. Now this is pretty interesting. They want to set up a digital bank account for everyone and start giving out monthly stimulus checks and just bypass Congress altogether. This might be a good thing, but will it ever get passed? Under normal circumstances, the Federal Reserve is not allowed to do this, but they are not allowed to do a lot of things that they've gotten done in the past few weeks. If the Fed is going to bail out the banks and big corporations with trillions of dollars, why can't they help the little guy just a little bit? So it may be a good option. Anyway, stay safe everyone, and I will see you in the next one.